Hi, I'm Reverend Jake Zabel, and welcome to Children's Bible Stories. Alright, children, our Bible story for today is going to be the creation of Adam. So, we've already had our Bible stories about the creation week, and on the sixth day, God created man and woman. And now in the second chapter of the book of Genesis, it goes into the more specific details as to how God did that. So after God had planted the garden in the east of Eden, he then had to make somebody to look after the garden. And do you children remember what God used to make Adam?
Dust.
That's right. God came down and he took the dirt out of the earth and he formed it into the shape of a man, and then the Holy Spirit came flying down and breathed into him the Spirit of God, and he became a living man. And we call him Adam, which is the Hebrew word for man. Not man as in like the male or the boy. That word in Hebrew is ish. Adam in Hebrew means man as in like a human person, as distinct from animals. And so God put Adam in the garden to work and to keep the garden. So we see there already that back in God's perfect creation that he intended for humans to do work. And he also intended for us humans to actually be involved in the environment, in nature. We were to work it, to keep it under control so it didn't go all wild and chaotic. And God also gave Adam a very specific command. He says, so in the middle of the garden, there were two trees. So one tree was the tree of
Life.
And the other tree was the tree of?
The knowledge of good and evil.
That's right. It's not the tree of good and evil. It was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Knowing the difference between good and evil. And God gave Adam a very specific command. He said he could eat from any tree in the Garden of Eden except for?
The tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
That's right. That was the one tree that Adam was not allowed to eat from. Now, we don't know if this fruit itself was anything particularly special. Maybe the fruit itself was just normal fruit. But what we do know is that the day Adam ate of it, he would now know good and evil. Now, the thing is, Adam was created perfectly righteous. He was made in the image of God. He was created without sin. So he already knew what good was. But on the day that he would eat from the tree, and the day that he would break God's commandment and sin, then he would know what evil was as well. But that's a story for another time, children. I've been your host, Reverend Jake Zabel. Goodbye and God bless.